So now we're going to be working on our bakery style red sauce, and you might be asking, well, why would you be making a red sauce or a tomato based sauce with starch or with flour and cornstarch? Now, the reason that we use this, and it kind of plays into the name of bakery style red sauce, is this is traditionally used on breads that would be served in a bakery, and so we want to make sure that that tomato sauce that's going on top is going to stay super moist and not dry out. So that's the reason that we're adding the starch, and typically it's going to be served on a bread which contains wheat anyway. So to get started, I've got my pot here on like medium high, a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to saute some onions. I've just brunoised my onions, or very fine dice, and I'm using red onions today, but you can use the yellow type or the white type. This is the one that I have available here in Greece. And we want to cook this for a few minutes until it starts colouring. Now you can add a little bit of salt as well, just to help draw out that moisture and also to season our sauce. So while our onions are sauteing, we can start preparing our starches. Now we're using a combination of cornstarch and all-purpose flour. And to that, I'm going to add some of my pureed tomato. So continue adding your tomato puree until you have like a paste consistency. Now that our starches are combined well, we can just add that to our tomato. Now for this sauce, we're using two spices, one being the herbes de Provence and the other one being the 4-spice mix. So this is somewhat of a French-inspired red sauce, and these spice blends contain many types of spices that are typically used in French cuisine. Some of the spices that are in the herbes de Provence includes oregano, thyme, sage, lavender, which is an unusual ingredient that you would use in cooking. And this gives a beautiful aromatic flavor. There's a little bit of rosemary in there as well. So lots of floral notes. And then for our 4-spice mix, it's a combination of white pepper. We also have some nutmeg in there, some ginger, and some cloves. Now you can make these spice blends yourself. You can go to your favorite spice dealer and they usually will have these spice blends as well. They are some of the most common spice blends used in France, particularly the 4-spice. So now that our onions have coloured, we can start adding our remaining ingredients. So I'm just going to turn this heat down. So we're going to add our tomato, and I also have some tomato paste, and of course our spices. So this is a very flavourful sauce, and typically we won't use much of it onto our pizza bases. So once everything's combined, we want to slowly bring this to a simmer, and we want to allow it to simmer for at least 3 minutes and ensure that all those starches are cooked through. So our sauce has been cooking away for a while, and we just wanted to ensure that all the starch is cooked out so it doesn't have a starchy taste. Now we're going to do a quick taste test again just to ensure that all the starches are cooked through. So that's perfect. Now we want to adjust our seasoning, so now we can add a little bit more salt and pepper if we need to. Give that a good mix. And of course, taste again. Yep, that's perfect. So now you want to transfer into a jar or a container. Now once you've filled your jar to the top, you just want to clean that up. And if you won't be using this right away or within the next few days, just pour over some olive oil to completely cover the top. And that's going to prevent any oxygen, any moisture coming inside. And you'll be able to keep this in the refrigerator for at least a month. So just pop the lid on and you can pop this into the refrigerator for at least 3 to 4 weeks and use that on your pizzas or your different types of tarts or anything that you would like a delicious and flavorful red sauce.